What does the New Haven Free Public Library have in common with Mardi Gras? Well, they share a birthday, and this year the party is just getting started. Joining me today are the library's Executive Director, Christopher Kornowski, and President of the Library Board of Directors, Elsie Chapman. I just love these masks.
Yes.
They're great.
It gets us into the spirit of things.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about the significance of this birthday, 125 years, Christopher.
Well, the library opened its doors on February 21st, 1887, and so our Mardi Gras celebration occurs on February 21st, 2012. So there's stars in alignment as we celebrate this milestone anniversary with our major event next week.
All right, what are some of the challenges of creating this library 125 years ago?
Well, you know, the challenges of creating a public library in 1887 were many. New Haven Free Public Library was one of the first public libraries in the country, and really at that time the industry was brand new. So there wasn't necessarily a roadmap to follow in terms of how you go about doing this.
We're looking at some historical pictures right here, Elsie. Take a look at these.
And I think it's also important to point out, emphasis on the word free. A lot of people now say, well, it's a free public library. That means you don't have to pay dues when you don't return your books on time. And that's not what that means. What that does mean is that this was a library where you didn't have to pay in order to go in and use it, which is a concept that a lot of people don't understand
now. So
now.
back then, there were libraries you had to pay to go into?
There were private libraries across the country, and so free public libraries was a deviation from that. It was a new sort of industry standard.
New concept.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing, and of course, you still do have to pay for those books.
Yes.
You still have to pay library fines.
Yes, you still have a fine. Absolutely, yes.
I had to do that too because I would read so many books I couldn't get them back on time.
Well, we'll take your money.
Okay. All right, let's talk about this big celebration. It's on Fat Tuesday.
Yes, yes. It is fascinating that we have February 21st, when the library opened in 1887, and February 21st, the actual day, 125 years later, and we have all kinds of things lined up. We're going to have food. A lot of the local restaurateurs are coming in, so we'll have plenty of food. We're rolling out a new branding, parts of a new branding that we're doing at the library. That's going to be exciting. The banners are up. The library is being decorated. It is right at the library.
It's a huge space, right, Christopher?
Yes.
Yes, it's over 500,000 square feet, the main library proper.
And how many books are in there?
We have actually, funny, coinciding number, over 500,000 volumes system-wide across all 4 of our branches and the main library.
That's amazing. Now, the big event has silent auction items and live auction
We're
items?
not having a live auction.
No
we
live.
are having a silent auction, but we have some what we'd like to call 7 high-end silent auction items. It includes a Derek Jeter jersey for those who are really into baseball. We have breakfast with Senator Blumenthal. We have lunch in D.C. with Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, transportation to D.C. included. We have an African safari to South Africa, a photo safari to South Africa. We have a backstage private tour with William Boughton, New Haven Symphony. We have a private tour of the Peabody Museum. And to get into some of those areas that you don't normally have access to,
right,
because that's what it's all about.
Those are just some of the top items. So
yes.
7, but there are so many more,
Oh,
right?
we have gift certificates to neighborhood restaurants. We have just all kinds of things at all budget points. So you say, well, I may not have enough money to bid on those kinds of things. So come, you got $10, come buy a ticket, spend $10 on a silent auction item, and it's all for a good cause.
Exactly. You're trying to raise how much money?
Well, we would love to raise an additional $100,000 that we would put towards the purchase of a new Readmobile. Our current Readmobile is over 10 years old, generator operated, off the road more than it's on. We'd love to get a new green-fueled Readmobile that we can dig deep into the neighborhoods of New Haven that don't have access to library services for whatever reason.
As a child, I remember having a bookmobile come to my school because we didn't have a very large library. And I love that.
And
you would
what
be
an
able to
event,
go in.
right?
Yes, we all would get so excited, line up, and
Absolutely.
the faces of the children, I'm sure, just is so gratifying for you.
Absolutely.
Right, and it's a service arts that is missed in the communities that we serve. And because we can't put it on the road right now, people continue to ask about it.
All right, we're trying to raise money for this bookmobile or readmobile.
Yes.
And the Mardi Gras party kicks off on Tuesday, February 21st at 5:30 at the main library on Elm Street,
Yes.
with many, many more events to come as the 125 year unfolds. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you
so
for having
much.
us. Thank you.
Happy Mardi Gras.
I hope to come.